So we're here at the customer's house. We're installing 2 brand new Amana S systems. We got this unit pumped down. We're getting ready for Skylar to get his unit free of refrigerant, and then we're gonna disconnect the power on the inside, and we'll start ripping the disconnect boxes off the wall, get the units down, and then we'll move on from there. Let's go see what they got inside. All right, Brandon's ripping this furnace out right now. Looks like we got the return disconnected. He's getting the plenum disconnected. We already got electrical done on both systems. The flue pipes removed. Once he gets the plenum disconnected, we'll disconnect the gas right here at the union. Looks like it's already done. So this thing will be able to slide out in about 5 minutes right here. And then, like I said, once everything's disconnected, they already have the power off for the furnaces in here. We're gonna let Skylar finish doing what he's doing out there, then shut the power off to the ACs outside.
Right now I'm getting one of the furnaces here prepped, ready to be put in. First things we do with our furnaces is we add one of our furnace risers, which is this base right here. This will end up getting put under the furnace to raise it up, to allow more airflow and stuff come below the blower. So that's what I'm working on now, starting to get the new furnaces ready to be put in place.
Whenever you get the condensers off the racks, we're actually gonna cut these racks off, so we'll do that from the inside here in a second, but I always like to wire up my disconnect box and all that before I put the unit in the way, because if you mount the unit, then the disconnect, now you're trying to work around the unit the entire time. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish wiring all of this, and then bend my refrigerant lines, get those racks cut off, and then we'll mount the units. You kind of wanna use the order of operations to your advantage, because again, if you were to mount the units before you do the disconnect box, now you just have more stuff in your way, and that's never fun to work around things.
Got that furnace riser attached to the bottom of the furnace. Like we said, you know, we put that on all of our furnaces. It allows better airflow across the bottom. You know, air comes across the bottom of the blower and flows up. Next thing is going to be getting a return duct, you know, attached back to the furnace. But first thing is getting it leveled off. Level them off with the rubber ISO pads, you know, whether it's sloped to the left, right, you know, we make sure it's perfectly leveled the way that it should be. So that's going to be the next step, is getting this all leveled off. Then we'll get the return duct attached to the back to the system, get our new indoor AC coil put up here, and then start on making some metal, you know, to reconnect the supply back to the system as well. We got the new furnace put in place. We've got its rubber isolation feet under it to keep it, level it off, make sure it's sitting nice and level. Return air is attached. Once we attach our return, we silicone around, you know, any connections that we make. Same thing, our next step's gonna be is we're gonna be putting our coil up on top of here. Before we set our coil down, we silicone, put a base of silicone down so that way the coil's sealed to the furnace itself and there's no air leakage or anything there. Then after the coil's on, we'll start working on building some ductwork to reconnect the supply. Once we get the coil on there, it'll sit down in place on top of the silicone and be sealed, so there'll be no air leakage between the furnace and the coil, like I said.
All right, we got both these Amana S systems on these racks, bolted down on the racks, nice and secure, mounted to the foundation of the house. So now we have all of our wiring stuff right down here, and all we have to do is connect some line set, bend it in, solder it, and we're good to go. So again, that's why the order of operations is important, because had we mounted this first, that's gonna make that a whole lot harder to do.